7 dishes you can make for Thanksgiving besides turkey. Fry up 4 strips of bacon. Once that's cooked, set aside and then add your shrimp. Season up your shrimp with that Uncle Dibbz King Creole blend. You can get it at uncledibbz.com, and then set your shrimp to the side. Cut your bacon up into bacon bits and set to the side. Grab your boiled eggs, take the yolk out and put it in a bowl. In that bowl, add mayonnaise, spicy mustard, and then some more of that King Creole blend and give it a good mix. Grab a small sandwich bag and then put that yolk mix in that bag and cut one of the corners so that you can go ahead and put the yolk in the eggs. Add your shrimp, bacon, a little bit of parsley, and you're good. Let's make this cast iron mac and cheese. First, go ahead and cook your pasta. Melt 2 sticks of butter over medium heat in a cast iron skillet. Then start adding your flour a little bit at a time to create your roux. Then add your shredded cheese. Make sure you shred your own cheese. Start to stir that in along with some milk. Continue that process until you get a nice, creamy, cheesy mixture like this. For flavor, I'm using that King Creole Original Blend. Get it from uncledibbz.com. Go ahead and add your pasta back to that cheese mix a little bit at a time. Stir it up, then add your cheeses. I like a little bit of mozzarella, some Colby Jack, and cheddar. Once you're all cheesed out, go ahead and throw this in the oven at 375 for 45 minutes. Then this is what you get. Nice cast iron mac and cheese. Anytime I'm cooking in the kitchen, I can always hear my mother saying, "Boy, you need to put something green on that plate." Farming was big in my mother's family. Growing up in North Carolina, they had lots of land and the freshest vegetables at all times. She passed along her love of vegetables to me. Growing up in a family that farmed, it's important to keep those traditions alive and well in the kitchen. And like my mama would always say, son, no meal is complete without a side of fresh veggies. This is a holiday favorite for me, y'all. Grab you 2 turkey wings cleaned, go ahead and cut them at the joint, oil them up, and then we're gonna throw that Uncle Dibbz Dirty Bird rub. 14 herbs and spices in 1 bottle. You gotta have this flavor, y'all. To get it at uncledibbz.com. Make sure you season all sides of the turkey wings. Now here comes the 1 pot magic, y'all. Grab yourself a braising dish. Go ahead and throw your favorite veggies in there. I'm using onion, carrots, celery, and then I'm gonna throw some herbs and spices in there, some thyme, rosemary, and sage. This is gonna have your house smelling amazing. Go ahead and season up those veggies. Throw those turkey wings on top. Throw some lemon in there, and then a couple of cups of chicken stock. Go ahead and cover and put it in the oven at 325 for 90 minutes. After 90 minutes, take the cover off, and then roast it uncovered for an hour at 375. Let's make these honey garlic roasted carrots. Here's a look at all the ingredients you need for this dish. Melt some butter over medium heat. Then add your honey and then your minced garlic. Mix that so it's well combined. Then add your carrots. Now we're gonna spice this up with my jerk nice spice. It's got everything in there from allspice, cinnamon, and a little Scotch bonnet. Get it at uncledibbz.com. Throw these in the oven at 425 for 20 minutes. Try this easy last-minute dish for everyone needs a go-to roasted chicken recipe. This is perfect for Easter. This is perfect for the holidays. This is perfect for Soul Food Sundays. So listen up. Go ahead and oil up your chicken, olive oil, all over your bird. And then for flavor, I'm using that straight drop rub. All the flavor you need in 1 bottle. It's got paprika, it's got salt, it's got garlic, it's got some more stuff in there. If you want it, go ahead and get it from uncledibbz.com. Season up your bird, all sides. I like seasoning the back side of the chicken first because the presentation side is going to get the most love. So you want to take your time with that at the end so that you don't make any indentions or scrape any of the seasoning off. So season the back side first and the top side last. Now we're going to stuff it with some aromatics. I'm just throwing in some lemon, some herbs. I'm using thyme, rosemary, and sage. Just stuff that right in the cavity, and this is going to have your kitchen smelling absolutely amazing. Go ahead and tie up your chicken because our chicken is classy, not trashy, so we keep them legs closed. Throw this in the fridge for at least an hour, overnight if you can, but just for at least an hour. Now, the main reason why I like this dish is because it's 1 pot. 1 pot means less dishes and less stress. So I'm all about the one pot game. So it's veggies and chicken all in one pot. So whatever your favorite veggies are, I'm using potatoes. I'm cutting those up, carrots, celery, also some onion. Whatever your favorite veggies are, go ahead and throw that in the mix and you'll be good to go. But make sure you add that garlic too, okay? You're just gonna cut off the tips of the garlic so that they're exposed. That garlic really sets this dish off, so do not skip that part. In my kitchen, we do season our veggies, so hit them with a little olive oil, and then once again, I'm using that straight drop all-purpose rub to flavor them up, give them a nice toss, a nice mix, and then go ahead and set them to the side. Make sure you preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna be using a Dutch oven, add a little olive oil, and then grab that chicken and throw it in your Dutch oven. Right now, we're just browning the chicken. We're not cooking it. We're just getting it some color, okay? So just hit each side of the chicken, the front, back, side to side, 5 minutes each, just to get a little bit of color on the bird, okay? It's a little tricky. You might need to use a tongue or a spoon or two, but just make sure you're gentle and you don't break your bird. Now you see all those brown bits at the bottom of that Dutch oven? That's called flavor, AKA fine, but it's literally just flavor. You want that, okay? So save that. Go ahead and add some unsalted butter, then add your veggies right on top. And then to set this thing off, we're gonna add a little bit of wine. All right, you can use whatever white wine you got. This is just what I had on hand. It's a Pinot Noir Rosé, but you can use chicken stock if you don't have wine, or if you don't wanna use wine. Now we're gonna add our chicken back to our Dutch oven. We're gonna throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, remove your lid, and then we're gonna have these nice drippings at the bottom of the Dutch oven. You wanna grab a little brush and baste your chicken. Throw this back in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Make sure it's uncovered when you throw it back in there because you want that nice browning, just like this. Remove your chicken, and then throw your veggies back in the oven, turn the oven off, just so that the veggies can finish cooking. And then go ahead and slice up your chicken after it rests for at least 20 to 30 minutes so that you don't get a whole bunch of juices leaking out of your chicken. We want that flavor to stay in there, not out of there. Grab your favorite serving dish, go ahead and throw your veggies right on top. And then on top of that, add your chicken. And then remember those lemons that we stuffed in the chicken? You can throw those right on top too. Add a little parsley, whatever greenery you want to make it pop. Let me introduce you to my KFC Greens. Let's go ahead and prep these collards. Go ahead and cut the stems off. Roll up those collard greens into a nice tight cigar, and then go ahead and cut them into bite-sized pieces just as such. Add them to a bowl, and then do the same thing with your kale. Cut the stems off, and then cut the kale into nice bite-sized pieces. Add them to a bowl, and now it's time to wash everything. We're gonna wash these greens over cold water, and then add 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar. And just agitate your greens underneath the water, and then let them sit for at least 30 minutes to an hour in the water, submerged. After your greens have been sitting, it's time to rinse them underneath some cold water. Just grab your greens and your kale, a handful at a time, rinse them under cold water. Put them in a strainer just to make sure you're not mixing the clean greens with the dirty greens. Add your kale and collards to a separate bowl. And then look at that vibrant green color. We're gonna keep that color all throughout this cook. I'm gonna show you how. First, in a large pot, medium heat, add your onion, add your garlic, and then add 1 smoked turkey leg. And then for that seasoning, I'm using that Delta Dust. For the flavor, think Papados in a bottle. You can get it from UncleDibbz.com. Next, add your broth, bring to a boil, cover, and then simmer on low for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, add your KFC greens, your kale and fresh collard greens. Then, make sure you add some more of that Delta Dust. Stir to make sure everything's well combined, but here's the trick. To make sure your greens don't get all ashy and gray looking, do not cover your pot. Cook uncovered, medium-low heat, 40 minutes, stirring occasionally, and you'll have nice, vibrant greens that look just like this. You can even tear off a little bit of that turkey leg and add it to your greens. To get this full recipe, go to UncleDibbz.com or just visit the link in my bio.